Here is my recipe for shepherd's pie, both with meat or vegan. It has comfort food yumminess and is full of great nutrition, but it's with ingredients that help reduce inflammation. Per serving, there's 28 grams of protein, 7 grams of fiber, and if you add this sprout salad, you're up to 10 grams. I'm making a big deal of fiber because it's so important for a healthy microbiome, and most of us don't get enough. And the importance doubles for postmenopausal women. If you know, you know. The macros are with the ingredients in the description below. Here's what we need, and all the amounts are in the description below. I'm making a double recipe, and that gives me 8 sizable portions. First, choose your protein. I'm doing a combo of meat and plant-based because my body works best with a bit of both. You can choose all meat or all vegan. Today, I'm using ground bison, ground chicken, and Altro food plant-based burgers. To me, these are the best tasting meat alternative. I found Altro in Italy and even started importing it into the US because I thought it was so good. I make the burgers and crumble them up. You can make the whole recipe with these or with some combo of meat. And on the meat side, just go for ones that are free of hormone and antibiotics and are natural or grass-fed if possible. We're trying to give the digestion and liver the least amount of work. Then the vegetables that you need are mushrooms, and I chopped them up into little bitty squares, and then celery, chopped up small also, carrots and peas, more peas than carrots, and then 2 chopped onions. And then for the top, we're gonna do sweet potato instead of regular potato. I washed them, scrubbed them, and then I peeled only halfway. So I've got some of the peel for the extra nutrients and fiber, and not all of it, so that it can be a smoother, silkier consistency. The seasonings that we need are salt to taste, and the best is to always use at least sea salt. If you can, do Himalayan or Celtic sea salt, because those have a greater amount of other minerals. Thyme and rosemary, extra virgin olive oil to cook everything in, and then most importantly, we're gonna be using Worcester sauce and apple cider vinegar. Now what I do is I go all the way to using an apple cider vinegar tonic, which has been imbued with a lot of other nutrition. This is one of my favorite companies, or it is my favorite companies, and I'm using the Detox. So basically it's been imbued with herbs and vegetables that give it a detox help for the system. And I'm gonna use the same pan for everything so that everything gives its flavor in there. We're cooking the mushrooms first, because we want to get them nice and toasted. Low and slow is best. You want to get the water out of them, and the best way to do that is give them a pinch of salt and then cover them. You see now it's given all of its water. Now you leave it open and the water's going to cook off and they're going to be able to toast. You might need to do this one more time to really dry them off. While you're waiting for your mushrooms to crisp up, put the sweet potatoes in salted water, bring to a boil, and cook until they are fork soft. Now that they're all the way to being a bit crispy, you take them out. Add more olive oil, put in your onions and celery. We're gonna do the same thing, add some salt to sweat them with the lid on. And the onions are starting to look translucent. Add in 4 chopped cloves of garlic. Add in your meats. If you're doing a mix of meat and plant-based, don't add the plant-based yet. Wait until the meat is cooked. If you're just doing plant-based, put that in now. Once you've got it pretty well chopped up, a little bit of salt again, pepper, cover it up to cook. After about 5 minutes, uncover it, give it another good chop, and let it cook open. When the meat's well cooked, that's when you add the plant-based crumbles. And you see how easily you can just crumble up the burger. And then put in your thyme and rosemary. And I saved a little bit of the olive oil because the plant-based crumbles are drier than the meat. Break them up and combine them in well, and cover them up. When it's nice and toasted, add in the tomato paste, Worcester sauce, apple cider vinegar, or apple cider vinegar tonic. Now put in part of the broth and then cover up to cook. Here's a way that I add deeper nutrition. I add some psyllium seed for more fiber, some bone broth for more protein. If you're going vegetarian, then go veggie broth. Once you've mixed that in, put in your peas and carrots and your mushrooms. Mix it all in. I'm going to add some salt now, not too much, because I'm going to taste once this cooks. And cook for 2 minutes on low. And add salt to taste. It's ready to be layered. When the sweet potatoes are nice and tender, add 3 tablespoons of butter or vegan butter and salt to taste. And mash them. And give it a shot with an inversion blender for extra creaminess. Now put a layer either of vegan parm or real parm. I am going to mix the two. I would rather have less dairy, but I want the protein from the parm. Parmesan is very good for people like me who can't eat a lot of dairy because of the lactose and especially because of the whey. Processing of Parmesan gets rid of most, if not all, of the lactose and the whey. Now bake in a 400-degree oven until the top is nice and crispy. Here's my shepherd's pie. After 20 minutes at 375, I put it on a high broil for 6 minutes to get the nice caramelized crispy top. All the ovens are different, so please adjust. Time to serve. This big piece is 1/8. Remember, because we did 2 other portions in a smaller pan. And some Brussels salad. So good. And filling and comforting with great macros. I can do this kind of healthy eating all the time. Like and follow for more recipes that fill you with joy and nutrition without the heaviness and inflammation. Buon appetito!